Wow. Hello. Welcome back to Canary Cast. Jacob here. And we've all seen the news. Emi Buendia is going to a club in the Premier League, beginning with A. It's not the one we all thought it was going to be. Aston Villa confirmed. 30 mil, rising up to 35. I mean, wow, what a massive, massive day in Norwich City's history at the moment. In recent history, for sure, Stuart Webber's legacy could be defined on this moment without being too kind of over the top about it. I can't believe it. Obviously, we've seen all the Arsenal rumours. Expect him to go there. For me, I didn't expect him to go to Villa or Arsenal. I was thinking a European club, a big European club, would come in, Atletico Madrid maybe, and kind of pitch him. But wow, I think this goes against everything we've heard really from journalists, from everyone in terms of Emi's ambition is to go and play in Europe. Villa aren't in Europe. Big, massive club, absolutely no doubt. We'll go on to, if Villa fans watch this, what they'll go and get in a minute. But I mean, huge club, absolutely no doubt. Big ambition. Obviously got Grealish, who's class. Watkins has been brilliant for them. But wow, this is so Emi Buendia has gone for the money. Let's just kick that off to start off with. He's gone for the money. Maybe the ambition to get to somewhere. He's I mean, I don't really get it from his point of view. Money aside, like big ambition. He'll win a few more games with Villa this season if Grealish stays. If they don't, they could be in trouble. You look at the stats without him, but they're obviously the ambition is there for them to really kick on this season. And with Emi, they've got one hell of a chance if they keep him, Grealish, Watkins all fit and firing next season. That's a very potent front line, but. This is bold from Norwich City. There's no way of getting around that. To sell your best player before a Premier League ball is even kicked this season. I can't think of any club ever in recent Premier League history that's done that. Sold that they're by far their best player. He's been involved in 42% of our goals, 32 goals and assists in 39 games this season or last season, whatever you want to call it. He's the beating heart of our team. The system that Daniel Farke deploys all goes through this guy. He's the one that we've said many a time on this channel, and other people will say as well, he's the one irreplaceable. You can sell Max Aarons and get a right back in. You can sell Todd Cantwell and get a more direct winger in. You can sell anyone in that team apart from Emi Buendia and replace them with similar quality or someone who could offer something else. You are not getting anyone near the quality of him for even the money that's been rumoured around. It's baffling. I personally don't understand it. I think it's such a huge risk, and we talk about Daniel Farke going in to potentially contract negotiations. How on earth does he deal with this? I know he's obviously been consulted, but you think he's now lost his best player. He's going to have to change his complete different dynamics of the way he plays. I think the only way I look at it as this could offer Norwich 4 or 5 new players, which then potentially changes the system and makes us probably a little bit more resolute. Well, there won't be kind of 2 number 10s on the wing. It will be 1 number 10, Dowell or Cantwell, and then maybe more direct wingers. Or we go to a change of formation and be just a bit more resolute this season, try and rely on that to keep us up whilst we play nice football like we've seen this year. We were a lot more defensively solid. Maybe we do that. But this is Webber's biggest call ever. I mean, this defines his whole time here. And for me, it's too much of a risk. I would have done anything to keep him this season. And then if you go down, you understand it. Like if we'd lost him last season, we would have understood it. Like we've gone down, we can't compete with a Premier League club, but we are the same level at Villa at the minute. I know they're a bigger club. I know they're currently spending more. At the moment, in black and white, we are both playing Premier League football, both Carabao Cup, both FA Cup. That's it. And it hurts. Like it hurts me when I'm doing this reaction. Like it will sound a bit of a mess, but I think this is I just can't believe it. And you've got to question what's the ambition here. Like I know the whole philosophy is buy said player in from nowhere, like we've done with Emi, develop them to a certain point, and then sell them on. I get that, but not when you've just got promoted. Because the whole fan base now, like I'm feeling, like all of the Norwich City fans, we're thinking, what the hell's the plan then? What is the plan for us to go and do this? How are we going to survive? Because for me, there's a 5-10% chance max that we stay up now. Not being dramatic, I don't care who we get in. It's just the way that we've been so reliant on Emi over the last 3 years, how the whole system's worked through him. Unless Daniel Farke can somehow change the whole philosophy, bring in 4 or 5 players to replace him and get that philosophy correct, and then somehow have the quality to then stay up, I mean, it's almost impossible. it's almost impossible to do that in such a short space of time, especially with the Euros when transfer dealings will be difficult. It's just such a huge risk. Obviously, Emi wanted to go. It was clear he wanted to go last season. That's why we saw all the transfer rumours. His agent was pushing it for ages and ages. And he was so keen on going. But for him, you make that exception that you go, right, it's Emi Buendia, who's our best player ever. You just keep him in this side because it works. Next season, let him go. Understandable. If you go up, you go. If you stay up or you go down, you let him go regardless. You have that gentleman's agreement where you go, look, Emi, we'll let you go. But for this is so brave. I don't know who you bring in to replace him. You see Dan Juma, he's going to be too expensive. Mateus Pereira, West Brom aren't going to let him go. I mean, it will be people who we haven't heard of, I would presume. And you just think, wow, it's such a... It does bring other players in, but you lose such a key cog here, and it deflates you. Like, I know because it's happened early in the window, potentially later on we'll feel a little bit more excited or whatever. But for me right now, I don't know how you get over this lull of you sold your best player, like by a country mile as well. There's no comparison. There's no one even near Emi Buendia's level at this club. Pukki's brilliant, but inconsistent in terms of finishing this season. Buendia has been a level above. I get that. He's outgrown us. I get it, but you've got to give that ambition to keep him. We've been just rambling for 6 minutes. If you're watching this, Villa fans, well done, well bloody done, because you've pipped Arsenal, who all the fans thought they were going to get him, and he would have been brilliant for them. He's going to be monumental for you. Obviously, you know what Grealish is like, guarding the ball, carrying it. It'll be so interesting if he stays, to see that dynamic, because Emi wants the ball all the time. He plays on such a fine line. It will be, when the cloud goes over, you'll be like, oh God, he could get himself sent off. He's improved that recently, especially in the last 17 games of this season. It's just gone. He's been a complete level above him. What is it, 30 mil, 35 mil, whatever it is, it shouldn't be less than 40. He'll probably get to 40 eventually, because he'll go on and smash everything. But he's going to be incredible for you. He's a right winger traditionally, can play 10, hasn't really done that much for Norwich. A standard to stay in the middle 10. He's on the right, but he floats around. You look at his heat map, he's everywhere. He's right back, he's centre back, he's left back. He literally go all over the pitch to get that ball. He's never miscontrolled a ball that I can remember. His first touch is just sublime. He hasn't got much pace, but he doesn't need it. He'll beat players with ease. His passing is wonderful. His finishing, he's improved so much this season. Obviously, he scored 16 goals, which is incredible from the one that he got last year. He can shoot from range. The only chink in his armour, he can't take free kicks. But you know what? I'm sure you've got other players who can do that. Well, I saw Jack Grealish say the other day you don't actually. But so don't put him on free kicks or really corners. No need, because he's not very good at them. But apart from that, he's incredible. He's the best player I've seen at Norwich by country miles. No one even close. He's carried us to promotion. Let's not get past that. Without him, we would, I don't think, even be in the top 6, to be honest with you. Maybe people looking at this and thinking being dramatic. You've got to be dramatic after seeing this announcement. You lose your best player before a ball's kicked. It's for me, this, I trust Webber with everything he's done, but this is like the furthest you can push me to this level. Daniel Farke must be thinking the same. Unless there's a real plan. I know that there will be a plan. I know that to replace him. Like there was obviously talks last year where they probably had that conversation and went, take us up and we'll let you go potentially. Where if certain bid comes in, certain amount, then fine. But it seems crazy to me that you let him go. But yeah, he's a fantastic player, Villa fans, and you'll just love him. He gives everything on the pitch, leaves it all out there. Sometimes it does go against him, like I say, that red mist. He's had 4 red cards since he joined Norwich, and some of he does put in a silly challenge. He's that typical South American flair, flamboyance, and real aggression. He's one of a kind and just such a magnificent player to watch. I'm gutted we've lost him. Like, I know you're a bigger club than us. I know that your ambition is currently higher than us, which hurts me as a Norwich fan. You look at it and go, obviously we came up together the first time together. We went down, obviously you stayed up, and then you've built on that this season brilliantly. But this hurts, man. Like you can't let your best player go. I don't know how Norwich sort this. This is the biggest thing for Webber in his whole Norwich career. I mean, if he was to leave after this season, we get relegated because of this decision. I mean, that tarnishes everything. Does Daniel Farke now sign that contract? I mean, I personally wouldn't until I see what on earth is brought in. There's obviously rumours about potentially Max going. You can't let both go, surely, before a Premier League ball's kicked. But it wouldn't surprise you. Arsenal are being touted if Bellerin goes and you see Max going there. And Max had more of the interest last season. You look at the players as well, like we're saying, Max, Todd, Timu, everyone, you think, wow, what's the ambition here? Is it just to float around Championship, Premier League, because it's easier to go down than obviously it is to go up? once you lose a few players, you can go and absolutely, like as we see, as Villa fans watching this will know, and how we've known as well, it's so easy to get stuck in that Championship level and be mid-table and really struggle. I know we were probably thinking the same with James Maddison. We had to sell him. All Norwich fans know that we didn't need to sell Buendia. I know it was probably time for him to go. I trust Webber to get replacements in to that level. I mean, he's going to be more of a miracle worker than I thought he was. For me, it's a baffling decision, but I can't get over it. It's going to be a long summer to see who on earth we recruit. Maybe it's the initial pain that we're given to then see what we can spend. It does allow Norwich to spend more. I think what the original Michael Bailey was saying, it's about 30 million. You look at it now, obviously this is 30 million pretty much up front. That's 60. You've got to go spend all 60 to even have a chance of surviving on 5-6 players if you can, in my mind. And real quality players that will not be squad players, not, they'll do a job in the Championship if we go down. I mean, Premier League ready now. And I'm not going to give names because I don't know. That's Stuart Webber's job and the recruitment team's job, which they need to deliver now. There's no excuses for me in terms of this season where we go, we were ahead of schedule. We were lucky to go up. I mean, none of the fault is that Daniel Farke's blamed yet at his door yet. This is on Webber and the recruitment team, and they have to get it right now. Otherwise, they ruin a lot of hard work over what they've created over the last 4 seasons. A huge decision. Villa, be ecstatic. Expect the world from him because he will deliver it. He's a Premier League ready player now. I think in the next 2-3 seasons, he'll be on Grealish's level, absolutely no doubt. And we'll be talking about Emi Buendia. Will he be going for 80, 90, potentially million? Norwich will have a sell-on fee. I don't really care about that. If I'm looking at it from a money point of view, I couldn't care less. I want my best players here at Norwich City. And Emi Buendia is the best I've ever seen by an absolute country mile. So it's a painful one. I'm going to thank you if you've watched this far. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will be more positive in the future, but this is, right now, this is a painful one, and one I personally can't see the plan in you know what the plan is. It's to get obviously players in and make the team stronger and not rely so heavily on one player, which, let's be fair, in this last season we have. But you don't let this player go, not when a Premier League ball hasn't been kicked yet. I think it almost stinks of resignation that, relegation is acceptable again, which I didn't think would happen this season with Norwich City. I thought we would really give it a good old go, but I think it's almost impossible to stay up now. I know I'm saying before we get signings, I mean, go get Messi on a free as a replacement if he doesn't sign a Barcelona contract. I don't know. But, it's a one that hurts very much. And whether this is on you now, mate, Stuart Webber, if you're watching this, probably won't care. This is all on you. You've got to deliver now, mate, because this is the biggest moment in your career to go and get exactly what we need and be better than 2 years ago to fight for. Because if we go down like a whimper again, it's pathetic. And we would have been a lot better than it with Emi Buendia in this side. There's no guarantee. So if we fight and narrowly get relegated, you can maybe just about get away with this decision. But if we go down with a whimper again, if Daniel Farke doesn't sign that new contract because of things like this, then it's on your head. And that would be a real shame and a real tarnish of the legacy. But we do trust. I don't get this decision at all. But we're going to stop it there. Like, subscribe if you're new around here. We'll be a lot more positive for hopefully transfers coming in. Villa fans, well done. You have got yourself a very, very good player. Grealish, Watkins, and Buendia next season is a frightening thought, and you should be looking for European places, absolute minimum. That front three if they stay fit for at least 30 of the 38 games. Can't believe it. Emi Buendia has gone. Still, I look at his ambition, question that. I think he's European club ready now. Would he? I think he should have waited. For me, it's gone. He's gone because of the finances for him. Which, okay, fair enough. Maybe loyalty is not a thing anymore. But I would say remember who made you. But at the end of the day, it's happened. It's done. Norwich City move on. No one is bigger than the club, but this player is better than the club. He's better than anyone else in the club, and he would have given us a hell of a good chance of staying up with good recruitment. But hopefully Webber gets it right. He's done it before. Let's hope he does it again. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.